You're listening to Why You Suck in Bed on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
I want to breastfeed you here on these big nips and watch how you suck me dry.
Oh my god, that's making my testicles hurt.
Look here. All for you.
Oh my god, he has some serious nipples.
Yes.
Start the show!
This is Why You Suck in Bed.
Oh.
Dr. Stacy, I'm joined by Henry the Ninth, as well as John and TP.
Hey.
And let's do the obligatory introductory music before we have a tantrum in the studio.
And next time, flush when you pee, Henry. God damn it.
I piss so much.
I don't want to look at your blue pee. Oh, take that, fans that aren't
And this
writing
is
emails.
for the fans that are not writing emails. This is for you.
Now we're going to have 20 minutes of this bullshit. Hope you're happy.
Stop touching the jacket. It's more expensive than anything the two of you can afford.
I hope you're all miserable listening to this shit. Because I certainly am. I don't know that I can handle this anymore.
Get your glow sticks out.
Lesbian bed death. 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 Lesbian bed death.
All right. That's enough punishment. Send emails, motherfuckers.
DJ Jazzy Jeff on the beats.
Lesbian bed.
All right. So,
Word. Yo.
shiz.
Yo, some fly shit you be laying down, son.
I really wish I was an African American.
Why?
Whoa.
I have to tell you, I find the whole like,
You mean black, right?
yeah, black.
Right.
I think I love the way
fucking-
the women interact with one another.
You're a
Like,
fucking
they,
racist.
No, they call each other out. They say what's on their mind. Like, white women are just so fucking repressed, and it's exhausting.
So fucking don't
Girlfriend, don't even.
be. Why?
Girlfriend, don't even.
You tripping.
I don't know. It's just my look. That no one take offense. That was totally a positive statement. I'm just saying, white women live in fear. Black women put themselves
Cause
out
the
there.
fear.
They cause the fear.
So I almost had a wet dream before
My ass is so black,
came
and
to
I'm
the
so
studio
predictable. Yeah, what happened? My ass is black.
I slept like all fucking day today, like real late. I kept
Yeah.
waking up.
I texted you and you didn't even
waking
respond,
up.
yeah.
Well, I never do. I had this fucked up dream where I was in my 7th grade classroom. Like, I wasn't a 7th grader though, which was weird.
Were you adult?
That was weird.
I don't know. I was just me, and there were like some people I recognized, and then
Were you having sex with somebody with a penis?
no, but Molly was in the room,
The pee-pee?
Oh, of course she was.
and I was wearing. We
There she
miss Molly. Week 2 without Molly. And I was wearing pajama pants, and I had a fucking boner. And what was weird was I kept like drifting in and out of sleep. So I think in real life I had a boner, and then I was
I'm a
falling
retard with a
asleep.
boner. If you're dreaming, you have a boner.
Right. So I have a boner, and I look at her, and she was sitting at a table, and I kind of pointed at it, like, "Hey,
Boner.
I want to take care of this thing."
That's how you
Smooth.
pick chicks up. Yeah, he's
That's
very
totally-
smooth.
And
That's
she
awesome.
comes over, she grabs me by the hand, she pulls me into like a back room, and she was about to go down on me, and I know exactly what she would say if she was here. But you don't even like blowies. She was about to go down on me,
I love sucking dick.
and then my fucking alarm went off.
Shazam.
I got cock blocked by my alarm this morning.
You probably didn't, though. You probably... A lot
Yeah.
of times your dream just ends that way, and, there's all this time goes by, and then your alarm goes off. And
I
you think it
used
just
to-
ended, but it didn't.
Yeah, Henry's right.
When I was younger, I used to, like, every once in a while, not all the time, but every once in a while, I would bust a nut.
I've never-
I'd have
never.
like a nocturnal emission.
Never had one.
And it was so good. It feels so
I
good.
would like one. I've
Do
never
you
had
feel
one.
like nocturnal emissions happen when you haven't jerked off enough?
Yes. That's
Oh,
that's supposed to be
yeah.
what happens. And since I started when I was in 5th grade,
Right.
Yeah, you like that?
You think so?
consistently.
Is that,
Take this dildo.
is that like a scientific thing?
makes
you like my
sense.
huge cock? Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Like you don't whack off enough, so you have to
like
do it
that.
in your dreams?
You're,
Jeff,
over,
have you nocturnally emished?
you're overfilled.
Have you emished everywhere?
Emished all over the sheets.
In my puberty days, I believe.
Would you think it was because you weren't jerking off enough?
I never thought about it. I don't know. I don't think about these things.
That's definitely the reason.
I shouldn't be here. Get yourself another engineer who actually has sex. I don't know.
You know what? Honestly, for me, and this might sound weird, but I remember having a couple of dreams where like I was banging out some chick, and there was like a couple where I knew I was in a dream, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go.
This is going to be awesome.
I'm gonna go fucking town." And literally, like right before I'm gonna finish, like I grab myself and I wake up like holding myself and stopping, like I was gonna make a mess of something, so I just stopped myself mid,
So
and
you're
I didn't finish.
so you're OCD in your dreams as
Yeah,
well.
I think so.
Don't make a mess.
I didn't want to make a mess.
That's weird.
Because at one point I remember I would, all my fucking underwear were like solid because I would blow nuts in them all the time and shit, and they would be like hard as a rock.
Yep. You got to crack.
Now, do you stand up and wipe in your dreams?
I've actually had dreams where
Have you taken a shit in your dreams? I never have.
See, I've had dreams where I've
don't
had a
think.
shit and I'm looking for a bathroom to shit in, and then I wake up and I'm like, man, I got to shit.
That makes sense.
See, I want to know if you wipe.
I've had the same dream where I'm looking for somewhere to pee, and I wake up and I'm like, holy shit, I have to pee.
I've had that.
I've definitely had that.
Or I'm like peeing in my dream, and then I wake up and
And
I
you are
almost pee
pissing
my,
the bed,
I
yeah.
almost pee the bed.
But see, women, and I know Molly agrees with me on this because she said it before, in dreams where I have to pee, they're often mixed up with sex dreams because I feel like when I have a full bladder, it almost triggers like a sexual stimulation. And so then I start having a sex dream, and then my sex dream is like all about how I feel like I'm going to pee all over myself.
Getting fucked on the river.
I wish I had more. Like, I remember, I haven't had one in a long time, but I remember having one and waking up and it was still blowing and being like, oh,
That's
and
awesome.
just
I want to have that. I've
being
never had
so good, yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't jerk off for a while or have sex.
that. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm just trying to help.
I appreciate it.
Especially since your subjects are addicted to jerking you off.
Yeah. I don't want to have to lay people off.
So we have a topic that today that was brought up by Henry. He wanted to discuss the slutification of America.
Patent pending.
That term,
Yeah.
how we're all sluts.
Why doesn't Henry describe
It's
it?
because everyone's watching Jersey Shore and that makes everyone dumb and slutty.
Yeah, but Jersey Shore came about for a reason.
That's true. They exist.
You know, I think we talked about this, how
Explain your theory.
I don't really have a theory much as I regret the fact that I wasn't in high school or college when the real peak of slutification was going on. Like,
Because then you could have really basked in it.
yeah, exactly.
Bast? As in
Bass.
lay
in like
yourself among basses?
Like the fish.
As
you,
in, as in catch a bass. You can bass it.
you got to get past it.
You're being such a
Dirty, nasty slut.
you're being such a bassed.
So, John, do you feel that there's a lot of sluts out there now?
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
Oh, all right. So let's just move on then.
People just sleeping with each other all over the place.
Well, Molly said that her generation sleeps with people very
the
quickly.
first date, it's
Right.
expected.
They're sluts.
It's expected. So Henry's right. There is a slutification.
Because we don't have AIDS anymore.
That's not true.
God bless.
AIDS has been
Jeff,
completely eradicated.
do you feel that there's a lot of slutification out there?
Absolutely.
Oh, he's
do
a
you
rock star. He
do
sees
you
it.
take advantage of it?
No.
Wow.
Well, I looked some of this shit up because I know Henry was interested in it. And
Are there studies being
yes, there are.
done? Really?
And I found Why Are Women More Promiscuous Than Ever by Amanda Chattel. Because I know you're going to ask, Henry. And this person says that a new study found that more than 25% of women are putting out within the first week of dating someone. So if you squeeze 3 dates into a week, then you're still on track. In the past, men had to woo women in order to get sex.
Now it's expected.
But men are doing very little nowadays to have sex. These days, it's a completely different game. Researchers found 30% of young men's relationships don't even involve an ounce of romance. No courting.
That's awesome.
No candles, no Sade, no
But-
standing outside the windows with boom boxes. Just sex. Now,
But I bet you,
That's
hold
where
on.
I'm fucking up. I'm
I
doing my
bet you, though-
QSEC and it's not working.
Yeah.
I bet you if you survey the amount of money males are spending on these broads nowadays, that is significantly
no,
greater.
they just said they're not wooing them.
I'm not talking about wooing them with bullshit
Well,
like
what's
that.
wooing
I'm
with
talking
you? You
about
throw money at
having
them?
to fucking pay for everything you do. If you go to the movies, if you go to dinner, if you go fucking
Wait,
get
are
a Slurpee.
are you saying that
But you're getting.
they will
they're
bang
putting
you
out, at the
out,
end.
but
But-
you have to pay?
But that I think is
After.
why there's this expectation because hey, I'm going to drop all this fucking loot. At least you could do is open your legs.
But it used to be the same way without the put out at the
But
end.
but guys would take them on, they would do things that didn't involve money. Let's walk in the park or let's fucking look at the sunrise or bullshit.
You really think
now
so?
everything is money. You got to spend money to get pussy.
So you don't like the setup. I kind of like it, and I don't think we should start complaining.
All right. Well, the shit.
I don't like it because I'm an old timer, man. I'm old school.
Yeah.
I should have been born in like the fucking 20s.
Yeah, you'd fit right in.
Yeah, with the gangsters and
Yeah,
shit. I'd be
okay.
like Al Capone's
Tommy
fucking right hand
Guns.
man.
Yeah.
They call me Johnny Guns.
All right. Can I talk old school cock? True.
See?
It is old.
You've said it.
So they're blaming this promiscuity on several factors. For one, gender equality comes into play. There's a balance between men and women in the workplace and financially. So women are starting to behave in ways that are more stereotypical, considered air quotes male.
Okay, I can see that.
There's also the invention of the pill that has given women freedom and control. I mean, that dates back to the 60s. They're also saying that internet porn is desensitizing us to what was once regarded as sacred, just between a husband and a wife.
True that.
So that makes sense, right? So
It's a different social environment.
it's a different social environment. So one expert says every sex act is part of a pricing of sex for subsequent relationships. If sex has been very easy to get for a particular young man for many years and over the course of multiple relationships, what would eventually prompt him to pay a lot for it in the future? That is committing to marry. So I guess if you give it up, it's like that whole buy the milk.
Right.
Or buy the cow
Buy the
if you get
cow.
the milk for free.
Right. Why buy the cow? You get the milk for free.
Makes sense?
It does.
I love milk.
I love
I like chocolate milk.
breast milk. Cling, cling.
Wow. All right. So that's one thing I found. And then I found this, and I thought you guys would really appreciate this. Did you know that promiscuity can lead to demonic possession?
I didn't know that.
I found this.
I believe that.
Yes. A priest of Westminster,
Westminster.
Catholic Church, from the Catholic Church of England in
Naturally.
Wales, which is Henry's hometown.
Naturally.
He wrote that promiscuity, whether homosexual or heterosexual, can lead to dire spiritual
Oh,
consequences.
naturally.
Okay. He's a 73-year-old man. Jeremy Davies is a form. What? Oh, he said that sexual
The
perversion.
power of Christ compels you. That the power of Christ compels you.
Yes.
Power of Christ compels you.
On a bite.
Your mother sucks cocks in heaven, hell. Fuck. Shut up. Fuck that line up.
Leave the clips to me. Thank you.
Okay.
Find
It
that one.
says that essentially it's a pathway for disease and evil spirits.
Oh.
And that
Those are the same things, apparently.
the
They're in the same
causes of
category.
homosexuality is a contagious demonic factor.
Oh, he's a very progressive guy.
Satan is responsible for having blinded most sexual humanists.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yes.
So I thought you guys would like that. So, if Henry, when you go back home, you should really go to one of his.
Is he speaking at the next Republican convention?
He probably is. He probably is. Do you guys want to take a gander about the most promiscuous?
Well,
Down,
demons.
boy.
Most promiscuous cities.
I do.
I thought we did this already.
That was state.
Oh, right. That was state.
Jesus, Jeff, you have a fucking...
Dude, he has like a fucking...
I don't forget shit in my life. Why do you think I'm so depressed?
He has a
And then you obsess over it over and over again?
I dwell. That's what I do.
You're a dweller.
He has a brain like a filing system.
I'm like Rain Man.
The number one promiscuous city is...
Las Vegas.
Laredo, Wyoming.
And what did you say, Henry?
I think maybe Houston might be the fattest and the most promiscuous.
And what did you say, John?
Vegas.
And what did you say, Jeff?
Laredo, Wyoming.
Okay. The most promiscuous city is Chicago.
How?
I don't know, but that's the most... All right. And the second most
It
promiscuous...
doesn't say, like, what is this based upon?
It is based upon a survey.
Is this another Cosmo survey?
How many sexual partners they had a year. If a man had more than 7, he was deemed promiscuous.
In a year?
Mm-hmm.
A whole year.
Yep.
Good job, buddy.
The second one was Birmingham, Alabama, which is so fucking weird.
Yeah, because they're fucking banging their siblings and their fucking daughters. And
Number 3 is Las Vegas. Number 4 is Oklahoma City. Number 5 is Atlanta. 6 is Phoenix. 7, Philly.
How is New York not even in
Wait,
the top 5?
Just shut it. 8 is Hoboken. 9 is Richmond. And 10 is Hartford. How rando.
We're not even in the top 10?
New York came out as the least promiscuous.
What? Well, no. You know this is completely wrong. That's
Less than
fucking
15,
bullshit.
and what they did was they asked sugar daddies. Less than 15% of sugar daddies had 7+ partners a year in New York City and San Francisco.
What the hell does that even mean?
What the fuck?
I'm just telling you, this is the study. Henry,
They're
you're
bullshit.
a sugar daddy.
I know.
You disagree, yes?
Tell me their definition again.
A sugar daddy?
No, what did they ask the sugar
7+
daddies?
partners a year. If
So
you
they-
had more
they
than
asked
7, how many partners? And then if you had more than 7, you were
I get
considered
it.
promiscuous.
Depends on what year. Like, you might have a bad year and only get like 3 a year. And then,
I'm sure they asked more than one
then
person.
the next year you're banging out like 400 and you're like,
Well, I think their sample size was high, so...
Says so. What was this?
I just read it. I clicked out of it, but
No.
it was more than 300.
I don't believe any of this fucking shit you're telling me.
Why does every study result in you just not believing it?
Because how could New York City, one of the biggest cities in this country...
Maybe they controlled for population, because that could be a factor that could affect the study. If they controlled for population...
There's 6 people in Alabama. How can they have more than 7?
All 6 of them are having sex.
Right.
With each other.
6
But that's
people
not...
in New York, not all of them are fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because assholes
But maybe they
live in
didn't
New York.
control for population.
I mean, I will say
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe Long Island, that's not happening because girls are such assholes. Just in general, how could Alabama beat... It doesn't make any sense.
There's nothing
Goodbye,
else to,
Long Island
There's
listeners.
6 fucking people
There's
in
nothing else to
Alabama.
do in Alabama.
Except
point.
play
But-
Gamefly.
but they're fucking...
Gamefly.com.
You could probably play games.
Gamefly.com, when you're not getting laid, you can always get some video games and play them for hours
Dude,
on
let me
end.
tell you,
it's the Netflix for video games.
I just got into Assassin's Creed. I got my Assassin's Creed 1, blasted through it, sent it back. Assassin's Creed 2 came in the mail a couple days later. Been banging that one out. Looking to get up to number 3 soon.
Sounds like you have quite a life.
Fucking Gamefly gave me no life.
Gamefly.com
/ suck.
I just wanted to play Skyrim and get fucked.
Thank you, Molly.
All right. So here's another study on teenage girls saying that
I
they
like teenage
are
girls.
more promiscuous than a decade ago.
Slutification.
The study of La Trobe University's Faculty of Health Sciences researchers found that more than 61% of year 12 girls say they had sex. Compared,
12-year-olds?
I think 12th graders.
Oh.
Compared to 44% of boys.
Well, wait, sorry. What was the percentage for girls?
61.
Nice.
Boys were 44.
Yeah, girls.
Look at the girls.
Get
The
fucking
proportion of sexually active girls having sex within 3 or more partners in the previous year more than doubled to 27% since 2008. They surveyed 8,800 kids.
From where?
From 10th to 12th grade in 300 schools around Australia.
Australia.
Fucking slutty Aussies.
Yeah. So apparently, Henry's right. You really do have your finger on the pulse.
I do. I have 3 fingers on it.
Time to climb aboard the hoe train.
And then I have one more thing about promiscuity. A study, I think this is great. Someone decided to find out Among college majors, who is the most promiscuous?
Trombone players.
Oh, fucking! I would say teachers.
Jeff?
What their majors are?
Yeah, I banged out so many teachers in college.
Psychology.
I would say psychology too, because we're
Art.
all like fucked up, right?
I'll go with
Because
art.
you're a
Yes, you
psychology
are.
What?
person.
I'll go with art major.
Art. Oh, good. They're all crazy.
Art. What is art? Am I art?
Economics.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Shocking, right?
Bullshit. There's no correlation then.
It's a British study of British students discovered that economy majors had slept with an average of nearly 5 partners since starting school,
That
which
being a
honestly
daddy
doesn't
whore.
sound high.
That's not a lot.
But they said when they compared it to other people, they were the highest.
Then there's no correlation.
What?
Then there's no correlation
Sex
between
and
major
money.
and sex.
You know, Freud did say that the way a person deals with money is the way they're going to deal with sex. So if you're with someone who is very, very cheap, they're going to withhold sex from you when they're angry. If you're with someone who will buy stuff because, you know, you only live once, then they're going to be
YOLO,
very free
baby.
with their sex. And I have found that Freud was pretty right on. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I think there really is a direct correlation.
That sounds right about
Yeah.
that on.
Okay. I could see a correlation there, but with majors then, I don't buy it.
The next promiscuous students were majors of social work, community care and counseling, marketing, hospitality,
You know what?
and tourism, and the last one was agriculture.
Because all the other majors actually have to do work and don't have time to be blasting people.
I don't know. They surveyed more than 100 universities. All these students at 100 universities. 6 out of 10 had slept with 2 or fewer people since starting their studies, of whom 5% had no sexual partners, 39% had only one partner. Interesting. It just sounds like, I don't know, what's going on over there in London? Why is the economy majors getting laid?
Henry,
I
what's
think-
going on over in London?
I think that the economy majors see sex as a currency the way they identify with a currency normally.
Wow, that's deep.
I try.
Freud.
I try.
Frid?
It's Freudian. All right, why don't we...
Fucking assholes.
I guess we should do some emails, right?
Is it time?
It's time to answer your emails. It's time to answer your emails.
I'm not gonna say it.
Why not?
Because Molly's on here.
No, you miss her, don't you?
I made her.
You look very lost. You keep looking over at her empty chair and making a face.
Fuck me. Okay. I just dropped my phone.
New soundbite.
I'll break my vow of
It was
celibacy,
nice.
Sure.
It was nice when Paige was here, but now I'm just all by myself, surrounded by cock.
Yeah.
Start singing that song.
Too much sausage on me.
All by myself.
All right.
That was pretty good. Anyone want to hire me?
This email is from Elizabeth. Ready?
Haven't we gotten one from an Elizabeth once?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we did. Am I making that up a little bit?
Catching up on episodes and listening to the bit where you talk about Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yeah. That
got a weird
ugly
nose.
broad.
Can't believe you guys don't recognize her first and foremost as the girl from Secretary. Now, Elizabeth, I'm the one that brought that up, and I'm the one that said she was
Because
sexy.
you're 900.
Okay.
When did
Now
Secretary
you
come
just
out?
insulted Elizabeth.
When did Secretary come out?
In the 90s.
2002.
In the 90s, I was like 6.
Oh, 2002.
He just said that very convincingly.
That's kind of weird.
I was like
I've
8.
seen it.
He's like a savant.
I see that.
Yeah.
If I may,
She's just my kind of girl in that movie.
Yeah.
She's nuts.
yeah.
She tried to kill herself, and she's nuts. That's my girl.
If I
Thank you.
may, allow me to assign some homework. Every one of you watch Secretary.
No.
It will be right up your alley.
I will not.
And I think we'll give you a lot to talk about regarding dom subculture and the nature of those relationships. After seeing it, I actually talked to my friend who is actually in a relationship right now where she has a master. What's really interesting to me is that in some cases it can or can become the kind of relationship that's not actually sexual at all. For example, my friend and her master used to be involved sexually, but now he lives in other states, so they don't see each other regularly. As he's engaged, they don't carry on a romantic relationship, but instead they chat every day while she's at work, and he tells her to do things, non-sexual things.
Like what? Go get the groceries?
He has
for yourself?
access to her email, reads her chats, knows everything about her. She basically doesn't do anything unless he tells her or allows it.
Touch your toes.
She describes it as, hold on, I have to take a break. I had to get a kiss.
Like wipe your, wipe your ass? Like, what is...
I had to say goodbye to someone that's in the studio. Okay.
Because you're so popular.
She describes it as about trust more than anything else. I've yet to figure out what this means when it comes to like big life decisions. For example, she, like me, is 24, and we both just took the LSAT and are deciding what our next steps are going to be. I don't know if that's something he's in charge of for her, but maybe I'll do some more research and report back. Meanwhile, I bet Stacey could pull up some good shit for Stacey's shit on this topic. So yeah.
She's never going to have a real relationship with someone.
Not if he's around, I guess, right?
That's not healthy. How can that be healthy?
She said, so this movie, Maggie G, is weird and hilarious. Make sure you get past the first half hour because there's some boring stuff about how she's suicidal before she goes to work for James Spader.
That is boring. You hear that, Jeff?
Plus,
suicidal.
if you're into spanking, you'll enjoy it. Keep up the awesome episodes. I'm glad you're finally back in the studio and that everybody kind of survived Sandy. Stacey, I was feeling for you in your month of celibacy, you poor thing. All right, listen. I've seen Secretary, and I do think everyone should see it. Has everyone seen it?
No.
What?
Sounds fucking terrible.
It's not, Jeff.
If somebody hasn't seen a movie, just accept it.
I don't think there was enough sex involved.
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't.
I kept waiting for it, and it just never came.
Do you see her nose in the movie?
You see her floppy tits, yeah.
Okay.
She has a lot of flop. There's a lot of flop.
Yeah. And then there's the nose.
She's got a great ass.
Really? Great?
Yeah.
Really? Let me see.
Mediocre.
Anyway, this is a good topic, and I don't know that I could ever deal with a master.
You're going to have to do some Stacey's research.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, I just don't really get what the appeal is. I mean, everyone's into everything, different shit, but I mean, if she can't do anything.
Some people like doing what they're told. They don't have to think then. They don't have to fucking make decisions. Someone does it for them.
If it's familiar
it's like
to them
being a
from
child.
their childhood.
Yeah, it's like being a child. You don't have to fucking think about anything. You don't have to like stress about a decision that's made for you. I can get that. I think it's fucking stupid. And I think that she'll never be an adult with like an adult relationship with anybody else. She'll always be living in this fucking little world. But that's just my opinion. And
that's really all that matters. It's your opinion.
And if it's my opinion, that means it's for reals. For real.
Okay, we have an...
Oh, she's hideous.
Henry pulled up a picture of her.
She's hideous.
She's not hideous.
Pretty bad.
No, she's not.
They shouldn't take pictures.
She's not
of her.
attractive. She really isn't. She looks like if you took Cameron Diaz and kicked her in the face.
Right. Yeah, caved her nose face.
Caved her, fucking broke her bridge of a nose. And slapped on some dark hair.
All right. Molly forwarded me an email. Dear Molly, I'm sorry that the penis pics are slow in coming. I know how it is when you want people to get behind your project. But things don't blow up like you'd like. So this is my cock. I hope you can use it in your research or just enjoy the pic for all the goofy, fun, random dick pics can be. I'm average length, 6 inches erect, and average girth, 3 inches. I love the show. I love everybody on it. I won't badmouth Callie, but I'm so glad you are on the show. It's always nice to know there's kind-hearted, kindred spirits like you out there. I'm a sex nerd like you. Your voice is amazing. Dr. Stacey
Freudian slip.
is fun and informative.
That's her superhero alter ego, Dr. Sexy.
TP is funny and gives a different perspective. John's hilarious. His barf noise that TP plays is one of my ringtones.
Wow.
If you ever
gonna
need
pay me for this, buddy?
If you ever need anything in Little Rock, Arkansas, let me know. Always happy to help friends. Thanks for everything.
Yeah,
Chet.
what's the promiscuity like over there?
That's his cock. Oh, jeez. Penises are just so fucking... He has a pimple right there.
Yeah, it's really ugly.
And he's got a... You know what? Your cock's not bad, dude, but cocks in general are gross.
What was the size?
He said it's 6 inches and 3 inches girth.
It's not.
You don't think that's 6 inches?
I'd say it's girthy, though.
That's 6 inches. Look.
I'd agree. No, it's not. But I'd agree with his girth, though.
Now it is. Look, I'm measuring it right now.
It's not. It's fucking enlarged for the picture, you... Oh.
What are you doing with your hand?
Where's the map?
Do you really think that's actual size?
Is that to scale?
It's not to scale.
How big do you think your hands are?
It's curving to the left, which, Henry, what would that mean to you?
He's been ramming it into the mattress when he sleeps.
Could Superman superimpose his
and
on
it's
top
not.
of that?
It's not 3 inches wide.
3 inches.
This is 3 inches. Look at my fingers.
I think it means around.
There is no way.
Do you have a ruler about?
Yeah, you definitely shaved it. So
I'm not saying it's a bad penis or anything like that.
No,
Just
no one's saying it's a bad penis.
Just saying that it's not the fucking measurements that he sent in.
He's
That's
got a
all I'm
nice.
saying.
He's got a nice rim.
Molly enjoys it.
It's all right.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hey
for
Molly,
sharing.
what Molly?
Personally, I'd go with a little garnish on top.
Molly's. Yeah, a little. You got to do a little on the top, a little shrub on the top, just
All right.
a little shrub.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the shaved penis.
Molly, what do you think of it?
Butt sex helps cramp.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Take it from a scientist. Butt sex.
No, but
helps
Molly,
cramps.
what I'm asking you, Molly, is what you think, like
Butt
the
sex
penis.
helps cramp.
No, but the size of it. What do you think about the size?
Choking on cock.
All right,
You get it now?
Thanks for that, Molly.
just wanted to make sure.
All right, let's go on to Stacy shit since none of you dickheads are sending us emails.
Oh shit! She called you dickheads.
I think it's time for some John Mole rants if they're
Yeah.
not sending in emails.
He seems too happy.
Yeah, everyone fucking hates my rants.
Exactly. They're not sending emails.
No, listen, I'm not going to be the next Angry Bird. All right.
In the ass.
It's a bird. It's a plane. And fuck you.
3-inch curve. 3-inch curve.
You can't shave your pussy in the dark.
6-inch.
Good advice.
I don't have time for pussy in my life. My imaginary dick hurts. Made me wet.
We miss you.
I'm gonna fuck you up the ass.
I'm still blown away that my beer does not have a label on it.
You're still drinking that beer?
Yeah.
It's taken like 25 hours.
It's taken a week.
Oh my god!
That's got to be bad by now.
It's the same beer
You
since
just let
last
that sit
episode.
there? That's disgusting.
That's gross.
It's been sitting in the studio for a week.
That's horrible. Still bubbling.
You should be ashamed of yourself. All right. So I just want everyone to know that Henry the Ninth has been helping me doing research for the show,
I try.
John, and he's been sending me links that we can.
Never has that been part of my job description.
What is your job?
Yeah, what
I
do you
don't
define your
have
job?
a job. Just
You were in charge of merchandising, and we see how great that came out.
I drew some pictures.
And you're going to blame Sandy.
Yeah, talk about Sandy
and,
again.
and you
talk about
haven't-
the storm we had in November.
You haven't blamed everything.
October.
You blamed everything on Sandy in your life, and you're gonna fucking point a finger at me?
In my life?
Yeah, everything.
I'm still doing research for the show.
Barely. You're doing it like 2 seconds
I'm still
before we go
cashing
on.
checks and submitting them to Jeff so he can buy microphones. I'm still corresponding with Sprancy
Yeah,
Poo.
and
What are you doing?
It's been your show since the beginning. I just some idiot that comes on every once in a
Well,
while.
if Molly were here, she would say, then don't be on the show.
Oh, so you're just gonna fucking throw me off? All right, fine, Dick.
Oh, you gonna call me a dick? You think you're gonna get away with that? You and your nook?
Nook is stupid.
Except you can buy them at Amazon.com.
I actually feel bad for John. The Nook isn't stupid. Amazon.com has the Kindle.
They have the Kindle.
But
One of our sponsors.
My bad. I just fucked that up.
We have one sponsor and fucked it up.
Shows how much I know about it.
Amazon has the Kindle. And on Amazon.com, you can get everything from panties to granola bars.
Preach it, sister.
And all you have to do is go on the riotcast.com website, click on Why You Stuck in Bed, and click on the Amazon banner, and please bookmark that shit. Because every time you shop on Amazon, all you have to do is click on your bookmark, and then we will get a percentage of the proceeds in order to help us help you.
And you should stock up on stuff because the zombie apocalypse is coming.
I do jerk people off for cash sometimes.
All right. So Henry sent me this thing called 10 phobias that are bad for your sex life.
Being afraid of a vagina. Number one.
Number one is called calligynophobia.
Yep, I have that.
Calligynophobia.
Being afraid of Callie?
Being afraid of Callie's vagina?
Vagina, yeah.
Callie's gynophobia.
I'm actually having brunch with Callie tomorrow, so.
Callie's gynophobia.
It is fear of beautiful women. So that sucks. Who the fuck is afraid of beautiful... Jeff, are you afraid of beautiful women?
I'm afraid of sane women.
Oh, okay. We'll see if that's... Here's phallophobia.
Oh, I wonder what that is.
Fear of penises, especially erect ones.
Whoa.
Scary.
They're so big, they might put
I'd have babies suck on my pee-pee.
It's going to go in my eye.
This is awesome. Dypanophobia. Fear of dining or dinner conversations. This is actually like the opposite of I love dining and dinner conversations.
I thought it was going to be two penises.
Yeah.
Dipenal penetration.
I think I have that.
You do? You don't like dinner conversation?
I don't like talking.
I don't know that we had dinner together twice. Once we had takeout pizza, and once we went with Johnimal.
Right. Did I say much? No.
I don't recall.
There was another time that I was there.
What?
You've been more than once.
Really?
I've been with...
Yeah, it's never alone. I don't go alone with people. I usually go in a group so I can hide and fade away.
But you're so capable of conversation. You're ridiculous.
I'm insane.
Emphasis on dick.
All right, you ready? Kinetophobia, fear of movement or motion. That, do you ever leave your house?
That would be a problem if you're going to try and get laid.
Right? Here is, phlegmophobia.
Fear of fellatio.
Kissing.
Ooh.
A fear of kissing.
Kissing is weird if you think about it. Like, why do we kiss? It's so weird. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what?
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm 37 years old, and I finally thought about it.
Now, I am not 37 years old, asshole.
Whatever.
When you kiss somebody, do you always close your eyes?
I'm having problems.
Yeah, you're having problems.
No, I do not. In fact, I dated someone who never closed his eyes.
I never closed my eyes.
You know what and I used to...
Was it me?
It was, you and someone else. What happened was we would be kissing, and then I would open my eyes, and he'd be staring at me. He'd be staring at me like a puppy. And I'd always be like, what are you fucking doing? And he's like, I won't close my eyes.
What?
And And here's the thing.
I don't close my eyes either.
He said that he's uncomfortable closing his eyes, but this is this is part deux of the problem. I like to fuck stupid people. I do. He would also, we'd go to restaurants, and he would only sit in a chair that faced the entranceway in case he had to protect himself.
Thing. That's an Italian
Well, he
thing.
was Italian.
It's also a Marine thing.
I do that.
He's not a Marine, I'll tell you that much.
I do that.
So he kissed with his eyes open, and he would only face the door.
You sure it wasn't me?
You never took me out to eat, you fucking dick.
You just
I
described
wouldn't know.
me. Yeah, because when I did and I'd get phone numbers, then you'd be like, oh, you're cheating. That's why.
Can you explain the have to keep eyes open thing?
I can't explain it. It's maybe I don't know.
It freaks girls out, just so you know.
I know it does because I've had a couple girls
open their eyes and catch you.
Yeah.
Like I open my eyes sometime and I'm like, I better close my eyes again before I get caught with my eyes open. Because this is fucking weird.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I have a girl that opens her eyes and checks on me, I'll watch her eyes to see if they flutter, because they flutter slightly before they open, and then you just close real quick.
Here's the question. Can you really enjoy kissing someone if your eyes are open? Because I don't think you can. Because you're always on alert.
I am always on alert.
Yeah. You can't really enjoy a kiss
relax,
until you close your eyes and let yourself go with it. Because when you close your eyes,
No,
you
I
become
do that.
vulnerable.
I do that when I'm having sex. Then
You close your eyes. You don't have to see who you're having sex with.
Right.
Yeah, when you pull back far enough to see them.
That's when I really enjoy it.
You pretend you're with someone else. No,
I don't have to do that.
I really don't think. Henry, do you believe that? You can't enjoy kissing someone if your eyes are open.
Have you ever done
weird.
it?
What?
This is another one of those things that you're going to fucking comment on.
No, I have.
That it's your opinion. That doesn't mean that that's the fucking.
No, I have. No, because when I
close-minded asshole.
I dated this guy for so long that one day he's like, "Will you try it?" And I did, and I hated
because you're not used to it. Just like me taking a shit and wiping sitting down. I'm not used to it. I wouldn't do it.
You can't have both of you sitting there with your eyes open.
Right. It has to be. It has to be 1 and 1. Definitely.
Well, that's what it was. We were both staring at each other, and I'm like, "This is so Weird.
That would be weird. Like, if the girl I'm hooking up with also has her eyes open, I would have to close my eyes.
So you need to come to an agreement between the two of you.
Needs to be a clause.
I think most people close their eyes.
I think
though,
they do,
so
yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
So it doesn't usually come
It's
into
almost to me like a meditation. If I'm making out, I'm like going into my happy place.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking.
See, I'm making sure I'm not going to get mugged.
But how do you enjoy it then?
Hey, there's something behind you.
I take a peek just to make sure they're not leaving.
Just to make sure they're still standing there.
Yeah.
Is she still alive? Is she breathing?
Make sure they're not halfway down the block.
Exactly.
That is. I'm really thinking about this eyes open thing. That is fucking weird.
Well, my ex-boyfriend, we were engaged. And every single time we made out, I'd be like, just close your eyes. And then I'd open them to see, and he would never. And he's like, I can't
do it.
I can't. I'm trying, but I can't.
But
it was like a paranoia.
In general, though,
He was also connected to the mafia, so that probably had something to do with it.
Sleep with one eye open, kiss with both eyes open.
Yes.
If you think about making out in general, it's just weird.
It is weird.
It is weird. You're making it weirder.
Like, it's not an erogenous zone or anything. It's not like, you kiss my dick and that feels good. Like, it's weird. And it's saliva. It's a nasty
I don't
orifice.
like a lot of tongue. I look, if you're going to kiss me and you're going to shove your tongue down, you're gone.
What about lip biting?
I do a lot of lip biting.
Yeah, lip biting's fine. But if you're going to bite my lip, then you better be taking my clothes off.
At the same
Don't
time?
bite my lip and then be like, have a good night.
You hear that, Superman?
Yeah, you got you.
He doesn't care.
He's got... He just made a lot of...
He just made me want to throw up.
a lot of gestures with his pelvis region.
No, you can't bite someone's lip and then be like, all right, have a good night and walk away. You have to then...
You have to go to Pound Town.
You're upping the ante when you're biting lips.
And you're on the bus, you're going to Pound Town.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know, like if there's something that you strongly desire, at least for me, I immediately feel the need to eat it.
Now,
like a cute kitten, a adorable puppy.
You want to put it in your mouth.
I want to bite the shit.
You want to put it in your mouth.
I want to bite it.
You have an oral fixation.
Right. So if you're going to bite my lip, then you need to like basically take me over, like try to like basically kill me.
If there's one place aside from your vajayjay, if there's one place that you want a dude to be kissing you, where is that zone for you? Because different people, some people like neck, some people like ears.
Neck. I don't like ears.
Some people like their bellies.
No, I don't like belly. I'm not a big belly. Stay away from my belly.
Or the nips.
Nips are good, but only if you know what you're doing. I've been with guys who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
How do you not do that right?
I bite too much.
Yeah, well, Henry, why don't you share that issue?
A few times.
That's not the scar that you told me. Oh, it is.
It might be.
All right.
A few times, maybe I'm not alone here, but a few times I've been on the verge of passing out and I've like clamped down on a nipple. Like it's been like the last thing that I did, like a pit bull when it, like stab at the neck or something and it just clings on before it goes out.
Is that how you lost half your nipple?
Well, that's why I had to get stitches one night.
I remember one time.
Yeah, you had to get plastic surgery on your nips.
No, just stitches. But, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I remember one time I full on passed out and then I heard, ah! And I felt a slap on the face and I got reprimanded for really, really biting too much and I got kicked out.
And there was blood, I'm sure.
I couldn't really see. It was dark.
Well, with me, there was blood everywhere. You ruined my fucking sheets.
Did you taste dirty coins? Because then you definitely
I think I did. There was blood.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for that.
So it was...
have you ever bitten a nipple to the point where it's bled?
I really like biting nipples. I do.
No, I wasn't always a nipple licker, nibbler.
You're obsessed with breasts, and yet you don't...
I know. I think when I was younger, I had this, like... misconception that it was like because I don't like my nipples touched.
Yeah, it makes me thirsty.
I'm like very sensitive.
It makes me thirsty every time. I feel like I get dehydrated when my nipples are touched.
What?
I just don't like it.
Do. I'm like, I can't move my tongue now.
I'm also very ticklish. Like I don't like a lot of like.
Wait. How does your
your
nipple being touched have anything to do with you feeling dehydrated?
I don't know. It's always been something that's happened where all of a sudden I feel
you get
thirsty.
Cotton mouth?
I'm like,
it's because you were
and I
smoking
feel dehydrated
weed right beforehand.
No, but I mean there are times where I smoked weed and I haven't had my nipples touched and I'm not thirsty. So I think it has to do with my nipples.
It's the methamphetamine.
All of a sudden, I feel thirsty when my nipples are touched. A lot, like when they're sucked on, and then I get really thirsty.
That sounds very Freudian.
They're
to me.
sucking the fucking water right out of you.
That sounds Freudian. Like,
In
were
what
you
way? What does that mean?
were you breastfed?
I believe so.
That makes complete sense.
Why? You're going
Why?
to say
I
yes
was
either way.
breastfed.
Because when you were hungry and thirsty, you would suck on a nipple. So the nipple to you represents quenching a desire, like a need. So when someone sucks on your nipple, it's almost like it triggers the memory that you need to drink.
Reach it,
Bullshit.
sister.
I think
I'm
it's
sensing
intelligent.
someone who's
Bullshit.
recently
Makes
lost
a
their
little sense.
penis.
It's bullshit.
Makes a little sense.
No, it doesn't.
Whatever.
That's like fucking astrology right there. She just took some bullshit, threw it together, and there it is.
You just credit me constantly, and I've had it, and that's why this is your last show.
I can see it, me thinking about when I...
You know what? And I'll tell you why that doesn't make sense. Because a lot of guys have been breastfed, and I've never heard anyone.
Everybody who's doesn't look. The correlation does not mean causation. I am just saying that he might have had the predisposition to have this kind of connection
Yeah, and it might
because of
be-
some kind of psychological thing that occurred to him when he was young.
It might be that one time when the first time he had his nipples sucked, he was real thirsty, and now that's what he.
You're right.
It
You're
might be
right.
because he likes
could-
Gatorade, and when he's fucking all night, he's thirsty, and then he gets his nipples sucked.
Could be true. I'm going to Google thirsty nipples.
We're gonna give it a name, Thirsty Nipples.
It's a good band name.
Yes! Look at this!
What?
First thing that comes up, touching my nipples makes me thirsty. Question mark, exclamation
It's
point.
Freudian.
What? It says, I'm going to read this. This is fucking awesome. Dude, it's all over here. I feel thirsty when my nipples are sucked. It's all over. UK, Ireland, different countries. I told you.
It's all over. It's spreading.
It's like a disease. Thirsty
Told
nipples.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Who is this?
I think we have our show title.
Thirsty nipples.
They opened for the Sex Pistols back in 78.
Here we go. This is on a message board. Let me see. This is on... Oh, is this a woman writing this? This is on...
Oh, God forbid.
Oh.
Then it must be.
They let
distressing.
women write nowadays.
I know. She must have had help. It's Momtastics. It's called Baby and Bump, the site. This is Pixie 2320. It says, TMI, touching my nipples makes me thirsty? Am I losing my mind? It doesn't do it when my shirt or bra touches them, but if I'm wiping off a leak or, God forbid, my husband touches my nipples, I get an instant urge to drink a huge glass of water. I'm sure I'm pretty much off my rocker. Yes!
So women feel it. Now, how about men?
Hold on, I'm going to see what other results I have here. I think there's a whole message board dedicated to this. Dear Cupid! There's a Dear Cupid thing.
Do an image search for it. I want to see.
I
what
will in a
comes up.
second. Hold on.
I'm putting it in.
Just a
too.
quick question about pleasure.
Food.
This is another female. Female 22 to 25, anonymous writes, just a quick question about pleasure. When my nipples are stimulated, I get an odd sensation like a craving, but I don't know what for or how to get rid of it. I'm not a virgin, far from it. But, for example, when I'm in the shower and the shower head is on massage, if I stand so it hits my nipples, I get this craving and it drives me crazy because I can't make it go away. It's almost like I'm really thirsty, but nothing gets rid of it. Any ideas?
That's fucking amazing.
How do you like that?
We're uncovering something.
Are you thirsty? Oh, my God. This is some wild stuff here.
This is crazy. Listeners, if you feel this way, send us emails because I think we're going to do another experiment.
This is funny because this is almost exactly what you just said. It says, my theory, your body wants to start making milk. This is somebody else. I feel thirsty when my nipples are sucked, question mark. I'm a girl. When my nipples are sucked, I suddenly feel incredibly thirsty, like I could drink bucket loads of water. Can someone suggest why this happens? Could it be psychological? Somebody's answer to them. My theory, your body wants to start making milk, a natural reaction to having nipples sucked, even when you're not recently pregnant and have never been pregnant, like me. Sucking nipples can eventually induce lactation. Your body realizes it will need more hydration to produce breast milk, so it signals your brain to make you thirsty.
Yeah, but you're a dude.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, but
this makes sense for women.
No, it makes sense for dudes too, because even though we don't make milk, we still have nipples, which is a weird fucking thing. It's an evolutionary thing we still have. I mean,
Yeah.
dudes shouldn't have nipples if you think about it. It makes no sense.
No,
Yeah.
we shouldn't.
There's a name for that in science. I want to drop another science term. I think it's called vestigial structure.
Okay.
where it's a structure, evolutionary speaking, that you shouldn't have, but you do.
Right. It's like the
leftover.
The hind brain.
It's like the pelvis bone in fucking whales. Booyah! I just dropped some science on your ass.
Wow, this is a big deal. Mothering.com. Nipple stimulation lead to thirst? I am almost 32 weeks pregnant and have noticed a curious thing. Anytime I touch my nipples, I become thirsty.
But this is all women.
I'm thirsty. Bring out the tits.
But this is all women. Now we need to find a dude that feels this way. Because if not, then maybe you are in the realm of Bailey J.
Maybe. Or maybe I think right now it's just so prevalent with women. There's so much info on here. I didn't really expect this explosion of
I didn't
thirstiness.
Either. All right. Well, anyway, urotophobia is fear of female genitals.
That I can see. They are kind of scary looking.
Hygrophobia is fear of liquids, dampness, or moisture, which will be a problem.
Especially if you have your nipples sucked.
Gymnophobia is fear of being nude. It's funny that it's gymnophobia, because you know how everyone gets like nervous when they have to change for gym?
Is it spelled that way?
Yes, G-Y-M.
Yeah, scientists are fucking laughing their ass off when they're writing these words.
Marinthophobia is fear of being tied up. What is this?
We're just going to brush past this thirsty nipple thing.
Cypriptophobia is fear of prostitutes.
What?
Or venereal disease.
That's a bad one.
I think we should all have fear of venereal disease.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
All right. Did you find a man that has thirsty nipples?
Yeah, I found a guy named Mike and a guy named Bill. Both have thirsty nipples.
So you're not alone?
No, I feel good now.
We have to find out why. What's going on here?
You should converse with them and speak to them.
Yeah,
I think there should be a support group. Yeah. All right. Are you ready, guys? This is funny. Ready? A Florida man struck out while trying to execute a triple play involving his wife, a buddy, and a baseball bat. Robert Briley, 44, was arrested on December 16th after allegedly taking a swing at his buddy, whom he'd asked to join in on a threesome with him and his wife.
It's like, you're in. Nope, just kidding.
They had been reportedly drinking, and he repeatedly asked his friend if he'd have a threesome. His friend kept refusing. He wanted his wife to engage in fellatio with his friend, and then the three would have sex. When he pushed the issue further, the friend said he would take his 37-year-old wife into the room alone. Briley allegedly became irate and started swinging an aluminum bat at him. Nobody was injured, but Briley went to sleep and was woken up by the police. He'd been drinking, but denied swinging the bat. He was charged with aggravated assault.
So, yeah, I want to bang your wife. I don't want to bang you.
With a bat.
I want you in the room while I bang your wife. The hell are we looking at? Coming over. Can't see it.
What? I used it. My nips get milked almost every day by my milking machine.
What?
But I also use nipple clamps. I'm doing this for years, and my nips are now so huge. Bigger than a woman's nips.
Oh, God.
And it's titled, Are You Thirsty?
Oh, God.
I saw that. I skipped over it. Let me go back.
Oh, my God. I don't want to. Oh, my God. That actually made.
Oh, that's thirsty.
Look at the look on his face.
I want to breastfeed you. Here on these big nips. And watch how you suck me dry.
Oh, my God. That's making my testicles hurt.
Look here. All for you.
Oh, my God. He has some serious nipples.
Yes. Come on if you're thirsty.
That's disgusting!
That guy's no joke.
He's Hungarian.
I'm ready to leave.
That guy's pretty serious about his nipples.
Thank you, TP.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here.
Okay, a public servant wins legal battle after being injured during sex. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. A woman who was injured while having sex during a work trip has won the compensation after a 5-year battle. Okay, it involved 3 appeals and is likely to have significant repercussions for employers. The woman worked for a federal government agency, was sent on a work trip to an office in November 2007. Her employer booked her a motel where she arranged to meet and dine with a male friend after work. They returned to her room, had sex, during which a glass light fitting above the bed was pulled off its mount and fell onto her face. Ouch. It injured her nose and mouth, and she suffered from depression and anxiety afterwards, rendering her unable to work. The federal court suppressed the woman's name during an appeal, saying she was unprepared to continue with the case. ComCare initially accepted her claim, but later revoked her compensation, saying the injury happened outside of the course of her official duties. However, it was finally decided in her favor. They said if the applicant had been injured while playing a game of cards in her motel room, she would be entitled to compensation, even though it could not be said that her employer induced or encouraged her to engage in such activity. In the absence of any misconduct or an intentionally self-inflicted injury, the fact that the applicant was engaged in sexual activity rather than some other lawful activity while in her motel room does not lead to any different result. So they basically said that because the employer paid for the hotel room and considered her on a work trip, the injury happened on work time, and she has now been paid for crazy sex.
If you're going to get bashed in the face, do it on company time.
Pretty interesting.
We are not listening to Nipple Guy anymore. Turn him off, Jeffrey.
Are you obsessed with Nipple? That guy, honestly, he's going to show up in my nightmares.
My testicles are still hurting. And I didn't even watch. I took a glimpse, and my testicles actually hurt me right now.
Are you thirsty?
You are really disturbed. Are you thirsty?
No, like my nips, I don't like my nips touched or anything like that, but I've never felt thirsty. I also have never had anyone suck on them, so I guess I can't.
No one sucked in your nippies?
No.
Why? You like swatting them away?
Swatting.
First of all, yes, I will actually.
Yeah.
I don't.
I do too if I'm thirsty.
That's not my thing. Not my thing, bro.
What about
keep it off my nips, bro.
I think you become thirsty. You might.
I don't want to do that experiment.
Yeah.
What about flicking them with your fingers?
No.
Is that why you have your eyes open all the time? You're afraid somebody's going to go to your nipples?
Yeah, I'm ticklish and my nipples are sensitive.
That's weird.
So no one can touch your nipples.
And
I used to touch your nipples.
No, you never did.
Yes, I did.
No, and I'd smack your hands away if you did. There's no way. I am way too ticklish. Swat
what
them
you
away?
would fly swat?
You gonna swat them? Sorry. You fucking overdramatic.
All right,
claims.
I'm almost done with Stacey's shit. A sex romp at a public park helped prosecutors convict a California woman of faking an ankle injury to collect workman's comp. So this woman faked an ankle injury and then was seen having sex in August 2009. She threw her crutches into a car, running in high heels to meet her boyfriend, where she took part in a sex act that doctors concluded she couldn't have done with an injured ankle.
And I wonder, like...
She was arrested and charged with 10 counts of insurance fraud.
I want to know what that sex act was.
I don't know. What sex act could you not participate in with an injured ankle?
With a bad ankle. Like, was she And they were in a car, right? Did it say they were in a car?
No, but
they didn't do...
in a park.
Maybe she was standing up, getting it from behind or something.
Did you do a back ass spring?
I don't know. But here's some other things. A Japanese actress got 100 bottles of semen from fans.
What?
The movie's called Semen Collection 2, and she asked for semen and got 100 bottles. And here's a picture.
She's holding up the 2 sign. 2.
Well, in Japan, that's the big thing. You put up the peace sign.
I find it ironic
Wasn't
that...
the Semen Collection 2?
Yeah, that too, but they tend to do that.
They, you need all of them?
I find it strange. Molly asks for dick pics. She gets like 6.
We get 1.
This woman asks for bottles of semen. She makes 2 movies.
Right.
Who wants to jizz on my face?
2 movies. She made 2 movies.
I could fill up mad bottles. For
I know. I've just been wasting all my semen.
Yeah, I've been flushing
Who
it
wants to
down.
jizz on my face?
I've been blowing it into paper.
Mindy and David Rice were allegedly having a laid-back Wednesday night of injecting prescription drugs and engaging in a three-way with a female friend.
She looks like a dude.
After going to sleep, Mindy awoke to find David having sex with the friend without her.
Poor girl.
And then I'm assuming, I'm going to scroll down.
She probably got a little crazy.
That's when things got crazy. Death threats were made, guns were fired, and the whole night ended with a SWAT team surrounding the house. Next, This guy was arrested for spying on women using a McDonald's bathroom. Now he's banned from all 1,200 franchises in England and Wales.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's a little
Can he
overboard.
still do the drive-through?
He can go to Burger King.
And there's always Scotland.
Scotland, Burger King.
Barbara Hall and her boyfriend were ready for some kinky cooking oil-covered lovemaking when he asked if she had remembered to bring Pam into the bedroom. He meant Pam the cooking spray. But
Oh my God.
she thought he'd been a former lover of his named Pam.
Oh
my God.
Gee.
The slippery slope of misunderstanding wound up with the Hall receiving a domestic battery charge after allegedly chucking a can of Pam at the man's head.
That's awesome.
That's how
Okay, Frankie Santiago was submissive
Santiago.
until she found her boyfriend cheating on her. The 27-year-old who was active in the BDSM community caught her boyfriend, 53-year-old Edward Soderling, dominating another woman. She sent dozens of menacing texts to him and was charged with criminal mischief, stalking, and harassment. Why is that a story? That's every day.
Yeah, that happens to me like at least once every 2 months.
Seriously. This guy, Jeremy, was accused of having sex on a restaurant table in Florida. When the restaurant manager tried to apprehend him, he allegedly said of his companion, "She can't get up at this time." What a dick.
She's too filled with semen.
She's going to leak all over the place.
She's filled with sailors.
Do you guys ever use the condom ambulance when you were in school?
The what?
You're going to have to explain that.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Anyone? Apparently, there's this thing that has just started on some college campuses.
Because slutification.
I told you.
Because
I mean, we used to have to go down to the fucking health office to get those black condoms. Remember those things?
Wow, they had black ones?
Black condoms.
Oh, yeah.
Black?
Come on. You don't remember the black ones?
No.
They were all different colors, and then I liked
And
the
you
black
picked
one.
black, of
I
course
always
you
liked
did.
the black one because
Of
it
course
made my
you
dick
did.
look
Of
black.
course.
It's funny. I was like, here comes the black rod.
Did it fall off?
Here comes the baton. No, they were normal-sized condoms. They weren't like magnums or anything.
There's something called the Condam, short for the condom ambulance. And there's a college the College of New Jersey. There's a sophomore, and he created it.
New Jersey. All this stupid bullshit happens in New Jersey.
It's an on-campus condom delivery service that lets precoital co-eds order rubbers to their dorm room by phone, text, or on the web.
And, okay, they're making money off of it.
Within minutes of placing an order, they'll show up at your door with one condom for $3.
What?
That's awesome.
Or 10 condoms for $15.
That's a fucking racket.
And a waiver to be signed by the buyer, releasing the owner from any liability.
No liability. Then you could sit there and like fucking poke holes in them before you sell it to them.
No liability.
Still going to cause some problems for
if
you.
the prophylactic fails to prevent pregnancy and or disease.
Oh, that's fucked up. Because if I was working for them, I would do that shit.
The guy says he's not in it for the money. He created it to promote safe sex and help unprepared classmates.
Bullshit. You're charging $3 for a condom?
Yeah.
Still a
You're
good idea.
not trying to make money, bud?
His hours of operation are 7 to 3 a.m., which are he considers the prime hookup hours. There's another service called the Dollar Rubber Club. It's a subscription-based startup will ship condoms to your home for as little as $1 a month. They offer packages such as the Swordsman, the Traveling Salesman, and they take things to the next level. Brooklyn-based Babeland will send a bike messenger carrying sex toys to your place for $30 plus the cost of goods. That's not bad.
$30 shipping?
No, the guy will get on a bike and come to your house. Christ on a bike, and he'll deliver sex toys to your place.
But you gotta pay him $30.
The fee is $30, and then you have to pay for the sex toy.
That's a lot of money to have someone fucking just ride to your house.
Well, what if you have the hottest girl
Yeah,
in the
it's
world?
an emergency.
You know, like I wanna order Domino's pizza. I don't have to pay the guy $30 to come bring pizza to my house.
He's not going to suck your dick.
Yeah, like you want to
This
get
guy's
laid.
gonna suck my dick?
Yeah.
For $30, all right.
Oh well, your sexuality is becoming apparent.
What does he look like? Can I see pictures of him?
Oh my god. So I think that's pretty cool that this guy started this condom ambulance. But it's interesting he called it an ambulance.
But also, I mean,
emergency.
don't fucking lie about it. You're in it to make money. It's a good idea. You know,
But you're not in it to like prevent pregnancy
Yeah,
and
you're full
chlamydia.
of shit, dude. You know, it's a great idea. You're gonna make a fucking bank off of the shit.
You're going to feel bad when you find out he has herpes and gonorrhea and syphilis and all these terrible things, and he's only doing it so you don't get those things.
And you know what'd be great? You get some asshole that like doesn't tip you or something like that. Next time,
Poke
the holes in it. He signs the liability thing.
Yeah.
You go, "Hi."
That's
Daddy.
terrible.
How you like
That's
that, asshole?
terrible.
You don't tip me, you dick?
All right, last thing that Henry sent. It's called old school birth contraceptive methods. Number 1, crocodile dung. In ancient Egypt, they used crocodile dung as a diaphragm, shoving it up inside a woman's vagina to block the passage of sperm through the cervix.
Oh, you never did that?
Come on. What's wrong with you?
What do you use, alligator dung?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's wrong with you? Look at him.
You okay? Your ovaries
That
hurt?
doesn't bother you?
Go back to the nipple guy. Just think of the nipple guy.
That doesn't bother you to think of feces shoved up your vajayjay?
It's just like a regular Tuesday night.
And then me fucking it with my dick? That's disgusting.
Feels awesome.
Might feel all right.
I just like to be one with the crocodile.
That's disgusting.
All right, number 2, the Coke douche. In the 50s, women decided that douching with a can or bottle of Coke would wash
I thought
out
this was going somewhere else.
all the sperm and prevent pregnancy. The only thing were issues with the sugar.
and
Sweet tap dancing Christ.
Imagine shoving Coke up your vajay.
That's fucking
That's
terrible.
disgusting.
Not
the
fucking
crocodile dung
crocodile
is fine.
dung.
Yeah. In ancient China, one contraceptive method involved a woman drinking shots of mercury after sex. It may have worked because the poisonous substance caused sterility,
And killed her.
among other horrible health
Not
problems.
immediately.
Shots of mercury. Here, you slut, take this.
That's like, what show was that where they show people that have unhealthy addictions?
Addiction?
And
Intervention.
no.
My crazy addiction.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a chick that like would drink gasoline. She would do shot glasses
Yeah.
of it.
Or people that would eat rocks. Yeah.
Or eat drywall.
I eat drywall. It's
That,
awesome.
like the chick's literally reaching back during the interview and pulling off wads of drywall and shoveling it into her mouth.
Yeah.
God, I love those shit.
That shit's awesome. The chick that used to like make holes in sofas and like eat the insides of the sofa.
How
She
about
was
the
obsessed
chick
with that.
who would sniff mothballs?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
She would put them in socks and bring them around with her. And she had them all over her house.
Mothballs.
And she said, I don't think there's any ill effects. Sometimes when I sniff real hard, though, my vision goes blurry. But
I feel
don't
thirsty.
Think I don't think it's causing...
I would spit all over your feet.
And her friend's like, dude, it's supposed to kill moths? It's a fucking ball that the purpose of it is to kill things.
That's supposed to kill them?
Those to deter them.
I thought it was just make them not come near.
Deter. Deter.
It's not that it was supposed to get dead moths all over the clothes.
All over my clothes.
Fatally wound them.
The second
All
they
right.
smell it, they drop dead.
Lemons. In the 1700s, someone figured out that a lemon cut in half looked about the right size and shape to work as a diaphragm.
No, it doesn't.
Also, there was the added benefit of the acid to use as spermicide. So chicks were shoving
Oh, Christ on a bike.
lemon, dung, and Coke. All up there.
People are so... And this is not like...
There's my Christmas list next year.
Before condoms were made of latex and other modern materials, they used to be
Bearskin.
made of animal intestines.
Yep.
Lambskin.
Some of the oldest known condoms were made of pig intestines.
Yep.
That's delish.
And
What if you were
that's-
Jewish?
Exactly. That's not kosher.
Then
Molly
you
would
can't-
have a problem with
you
that.
can't suck it off then.
Ancient Greek physician told women to squat and sneeze after sex to prevent pregnancy.
That actually works.
Yeah,
Because then it all flies out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Stop it.
Usually,
It does.
as soon as you stand up, it all dribbles out.
In ancient Sumatra, they used to shove a sticky wad of opium up into the woman's vagina to block the passage of sperm.
That's a big waste of opium.
And I bet you that got her fucked up.
God, there's so much going up there. Ever since ancient Greece and for nearly 2,000 years, women drank the water that blacksmith used to cool whatever he was working as a means of preventing pregnancy. Nice. The lead in the water probably resulted in sterility, but not unlike the mercury method, it also led to a lot of other horrible health problems.
Some fucked up babies.
And death.
Mercury babies.
Lesbian bed death. Lesbian bed death.
Hair anuses. In the Middle Ages, many magical contraceptive remedies were prescribed to women. One method was to wear a wreath made of hair anuses. Hair meaning rabbits.
Oh.
Rabbit anus.
And wear it where? Around their neck?
Yeah.
Oh.
That must have smelled like cocky.
It's probably a lot of anuses. That takes a lot of anuses.
Like an idiot.
Weasel testicles. Another magical contraceptive method from the Middle Ages was to strap a pair of weasel testicles to a woman's leg.
Don't you ever wonder, like, Who came up? Like, who invented that?
Not the
Some
weasel.
guy who's like, it'd be funny if we can get chicks to wear testicles around their
But
legs.
you see, I don't think it was like, hey, it's funny. It's more like they actually believe this shit. So
I don't
who
know.
was the first one to believe that? Who was the first one to try it? Like, who found the weasel and was like, hey, let me wear his balls?
I've never seen a weasel.
I haven't either. I certainly haven't seen his balls.
Pop goes the weasel. Yeah, seriously.
You want to see weasels, go down to the racetrack.
But like, this outfit really doesn't like go well with my weasel balls on my leg. Like, I can't imagine women just walking around with weasel balls.
Maybe they just had a real problem getting laid once they had weasel balls on their legs.
And that caused them to never get pregnant.
It's logical. It's totally logical.
It's logical.
All right. So, yeah. So hopefully next show we're going to have Molly back.
And we'll hear about her prostitute buying, gambling antics in Vegas. Must be nice to just fucking have the money to just fucking go to Vegas.
I wonder what she's doing right now.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of a Callie vibe. Remember Callie used to just take off into trips?
Yeah.
Are we losing her?
We might be losing her back to the world. She might have realized that there's a life outside of the show, like Callie did.
That's not good.
So, all right. Well, Superman is nagging me right now, so I guess we should end the show.
Superman!
I'll float your wood.
Ooh.
All right. So until next time, motherfuckers.